What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Vulnerable Moments, the podcast. I'm your host, Jovan J. Palmer, and as always, we have special guests sharing their most transparent and vulnerable moments. Well, solo episode today, as I am in the great state of Maryland, up here with my girl, taking care of some things with her. But yeah, so I told myself I'm going to be a lot more consistent in the year of 2025, and I always say I'm going to be more consistent, but I never stay consistent, like never. It's hard. It's a challenge. And so today's podcast, we're going to talk about me versus me, you versus you, him versus him, she versus she, they versus they, and all of that other good stuff. Like wherever you fall into that realm of things, we're going to talk about you versus you. And I'm going to talk about me versus me and the challenges that I've been facing as of late, that I've recognized that have become a problem for me, you know? Like I've had a big problem in one, being consistent. I've had a big problem in two, just sticking with something. I've had a big problem in managing my finances. I've had a big problem in doing too much too soon. I've had a big problem in, showing up for myself. A big problem in, the crazy thing is, I'm realizing that I'm still having some problems in vulnerability. I'm still having a problem in believing myself sometimes. I'm still having a problem in, just overall just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm in a really tough season of my life right now where, don't hit nobody, Granny, where I gotta figure something out, and I gotta figure something out soon. But I don't want to rush it. I'm in this season of, I got work, but I don't have work. I got money, but I don't got money. In a season of, I want to be consistent and show up in this mental health space. And then there's times where I just want to recluse and just chill and just be like this regular person. These are all the battles in my mind that I've been facing and dealing with. And it's a challenge, it's a big challenge in really having to deal with yourself and really having to look yourself dead in the face and say, you still got some things you need to work on. And I'm recognizing that if I don't work on me, if I don't get out of the way, I'm just going to have this regular life. And I don't want that for myself, I'm in the process of building this really cool mental health app, www.sailthealth.com/waitlist. Join the waitlist, honestly. I feel like it's going to be the dopest mental health app that you've probably ever seen, honestly. I just got to find some money. So I have that challenge going on and building a whole tech company, mental health tech company from the ground up. I have a really great start, honestly. My coach, both my coaches, the director from the program that I was in this 10-week accelerator, shout out to Square One, gonna put their information up here. If you have a tech idea and you just don't know how to get it off the ground, Square One is the place to start. They have literally taken my idea from a piece of paper that I wrote down. I wish I had it with me. I'm gonna start carrying a joint everywhere I go. But it literally was on a piece of paper, started in my homeboy's Camaro's living room, him and Erica, and they literally helped me map this joint out as the features and everything. And I just took everything and refined it, and now it's I'm in this process of do I want to go find a job? But I need a job to fund it, or can I just find some funding and just utilize the funding to of course live off of very minimally, but put majority of that money into the app, into the business. So I have to hire an engineer. That's my next step, is I have to find an engineer at a great rate. And I want to keep it, to the point where it's how do I say this? I want it to be for our people, for everybody, but for our people specifically. And that's a challenge. What is going on? Oh no. All right, I'll be right back. My camera's about to overheat. I gotta change positions. So we're back. Hopefully that works out well. So yeah, I'm in this position of trying to find the right person to hire and everything. So that's a challenge by itself. And it's just, you have so many dreams, you have so many aspirations, you have so many things that you want to do, so little time, so little resources. I'm wanting to go back to school to get my PhD, to become a leading expert in the mental health field. And I really want to study the brain, like the human brain and trauma, and how trauma affects us, and how it pretty much is, hold 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back, my bad. That was someone calling for a job. So yeah, I think I was talking about the app, my bad if I'm all over the place today, y'all. I'm not feeling my best. I'm feeling okay, just a little tired, honestly. But yeah, the app I really want to see this app really take off, and make sure that the right people are in place, and make sure that I'm doing what I can on a daily basis to ensure that this thing takes off, it launches well, it propels well, and I just want to make sure that I don't get in the way, because I can be very possessive over things that I create that are mine. And that's a challenge, when you want to let people in and you want to allow people to help you, but it's like you don't know what the help is really for or what their motives are. And that's a big challenge, honestly. It's a challenge to let people into your space of things that you've created, because part of me wants to be, I created this, I did this, me. I'm like, Jovan, you can't. Nobody's ever done anything on their own. And I know this, but I'm acting like I don't, Nobody's done anything on their own. Nobody's become great on their own. And I got to realize that, Jovan, you got to get out the way. And you really have to step aside yourself and allow people to help you in the way that they can help you. You don't know it all, you don't have it all, and if you don't get out the way, boom, you're gonna be the problem. So that's what I've been doing. I've added a co-founder to the company to help in areas that aren't so strong in, as far as maybe organization or networking opportunities, or places I can't be, as hey, can you go here for me, because I can't go here because I gotta be here, because in Atlanta it's always something going on, honestly, in the tech sector for sure, and I really want to see this dream take off. I want to see my life take off, and honestly, part of me wants to build it and sell it for a couple of M's, and to be able to just give back. I honestly would love for my church 2819 to flourish, so God willing, somebody sees the app and wants to offer me a couple of M's, I'm definitely going to slide my church some things, because my church has been a very, 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 very pivotal part of my life, honestly. It helped me get back grounded in my spiritual life, because part of me had kind of got to the wayside. The teachings are sound. So, if you're not, check out 2819. If you're in Atlanta, or if you want to become a digital disciple, check us out. It's just the things that I want to do aren't for me, they're for people, but it just takes me to get them off it. But it takes me also being consistent, I can't do what I'm supposed to do and do what I'm supposed to do for others, what God has called me to do for others, and I choose not to do it for me first, And that's the challenge, is me getting out of my way, me being vulnerable with myself, me being vulnerable with others, continuing therapy. It's a big challenge, honestly. And if I don't get out the way, I'm not gonna say I'm all the way in the way, honestly. But it's just, if I don't get out my head, let's say that, if I don't get out of my head and just get these things going and just keep pushing, stay persistent, stay consistent, I know the joints are gonna jump off. If y'all can see the app, I promise you'll be like, yo, this joint is dope. And I'm not boasting because I created it. I'm boasting because I know it's going to change the world. It's gonna change the world for people who have these in their hands. Because 9 times out of 10, everybody has a cell phone. It's very rare that anybody 18 and up doesn't have a cell phone. And we're connected to our phones on Instagram. We're connected to our phones on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. What's the new joint by Isaac Hayes? I'll just pop it up here because I can't think of it. But we are so connected on these social sites, and mentally it's draining us. And social media gets in the way, honestly. When I'm bored and I need a distraction, I go straight to social media. Instead of saying, Jovan, you're bored, go to the gym. Or Jovan, you're bored, go work on the app. Jovan, you're bored, go record a podcast. Jovan, you're bored, go kick it with the family. Jovan, you're bored, go for a walk and go clear your head real quick and come back and get to it. And I'm not saying I want me to be this workaholic. Honestly, I don't. Like, I want this soft male life where I can wake up, have slow mornings, get to some meetings for work, take a break, go kick it with some folks, or have lunch, make a meal, because I thoroughly enjoy cooking, like me and my mom's passion. I want to get into woodworking like my dad, just something to kind of like take me away. Like, those are my escapes. Like, I have my escapes, like, cooking is an escape. I enjoy cooking for folks, myself, love getting creative in the kitchen. My next passion, I want to take up woodworking like my dad, because I see how creative he is, and I want to learn how to build things, just be a self-sufficient person. My dad has taught me to be very self-sufficient, and that's a trait that both my parents have definitely taught me, is to be self-sufficient. And sometimes I wonder if that gets in my way of, now that I'm thinking about it. Does self-sufficiency get in the way of allowing other people to help you? That's something I want to study that now. So, my bad, y'all, my camera's doing something weird. But, yeah, so it's just me versus me right now. And I am my only competition. I've never really been one to be in competition with others. It's just never been my groove, never been my jam. I'm just in competition with me. And I gotta get out the way. My sister be on my head about, getting things done on this content creation side of life, and I just gotta do it. Honestly, like Nike been putting in our face all our lives, is just do it. And the challenge is, I think I even might have ADD, ADHD, honestly. It's hard for me to just sit and focus one thing at a time. So I have a appointment coming up with a psychiatrist to get my ADD, ADHD checked, just do a screening to see if, will I be a candidate for medication? Now, of course, I'm all for alternatives such as, meditation, of course, drinking water, exercise, resting more. I try to do everything very holistic first before I have to go to Western medication. And that's just my personal preference, because I've seen the benefits of it. When I did my 10-day silent retreat, you can check that out right here. That was so beneficial to me. And the thing about life and the thing about where we are right now is that, I feel like everybody's under pressure right now. Society's telling that you gotta create, you gotta be producing, you gotta work, you gotta, have this, that, and the third. And it's like, I don't want all of the riches of life, I just want a small piece of it that provides me and my family access, that provides me a lifestyle that just allows me to just chill and relax, that I don't have to be worrying about money. I don't have to worry about where I'm sleeping at the next day. I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from, and that's the life I just want for myself, but it takes me doing the work now, so that at the latter, my goal is I want to be retired, like really fully working for myself, and just have like that sleep money coming in by the age 45, 50. And it's possible. As long as I stay consistent, I believe this app is gonna be it, me going back, because when it's all said and done, what I want to do, when I'm like done with life and I've put everything out into the world that I'm supposed to put out, I really just want to become a professor and write books and do talks across the globe. That's all I want to do when it's all said and done. That's how I know I've made it for real. And getting out your way is gonna get you there. So if you're a person who's struggling with getting out their way, join the squad, family. Join the I can't get out my way challenge. I'm not gonna create a challenge, I promise I'm not. But just join me in this journey of getting out my way. Outside of podcasts, I'm just gonna vlog my day so you can kind of see a day in my life. And if you have suggestions, I'm open to them. Like, hey, have you tried this? Or hey, have you tried that? So I think I'm gonna challenge myself, honestly, to 30 days of consistency, where I'll write down certain things that I have to do on a consistent basis and hold myself accountable to them, and have my accountability partners, Mark and Robert, hold me accountable to these things and just get them done. You know, I think if I don't do it, then it's on me, and shame on me for not getting this stuff done. And shame on you for not getting the things that you should be doing done. I gotta go prep for this sermon, I guess you will call it, for Youth and Young Adult Sunday that kind of had this weird dream about. But honestly, do your best to get out your way. Do the best that you can to get out of your way. Do the best that you can to get the things that you need to get done, and just try. If you haven't done anything in this world, if you can't get anything else done in this world, just try. So my camera's overheating, y'all. So that's this week's podcast episode. If you got any suggestions or anything like that, drop them in a comment on getting out your own way. So this episode today is brought to you by Sayola Health, the #1 digital mental health access platform where you can have everything that you want to and grow together in community. Sayola Health is a community-based app that helps individuals overcome their challenges based on whatever diagnosis that you may have or what you may feel alone or isolated. Sayola Health is here to help you. So go to www.sayolahealth.com/waitlist to join the waitlist to become one of the first to use the Sayola Health mental health app. I'm out. Peace.